and you have to drive really far for some of them. When someone leaves intentionally during this, they're scumbags. Even if I have to go during a heist, I never leave until the mission is over. I tell my team, I have to go, and I drive myself somewhere where I can't die, and I tell them not to invite me after. That's how people should play. But some people have no problem leaving during a heist, forcing the team to go back into the cloud screen, waiting several minutes, then having to go back to free mode, then you gotta wait for the invite and get everyone back in the lobby and wait for a fourth person to show up. But I didn't mention several things. I have had instances where people fail in the worst ways imaginable on the simplest of tasks. I did a prison break heist about half a year ago. This is from the video, top 5 annoying things that randoms do during heist. And this one guy, he crashed Dodo plane before we even got to the prison door. How is that possible? Then to make it worse, he crashed again when we already fought halfway through the prison, and we had to go back and do it all over again. I didn't want to show the guy's name because I didn't want to embarrass him, but you know, there's also people that join on heist finales at the very end. They did not help with any of the setup missions, and they demand 25%. These people can be extremely unreasonable. I had a guy join my heist once demanding 25% on the finale. He wasn't there for the other setup missions. I told him that is not fair to the host because they pay for the heist. They don't get paid for setup missions. I said the fairest cut is 40% for the host, 20% for each member. The guy said to me, I don't care, just give me 25%, and these are the type of people that ruin heists. To be fair, the Doomsday heist did fix it, where you only need one other person, but I have had such bad experiences in heists, I don't even feel like doing them anymore. Next at number 8, we have KDR Warriors. A KDR Warrior possesses with kill death ratio and PvP. They are oftentimes griefers as well. Now I know I'm going to have some people in the comments say, but I have a high KDR and I don't grief. I'm not saying people with high kill death ratios are bad people, as some have pretty high KDs and are good people. Some of my best friends have high kill death ratios. I'm talking about the people that obsess with it. All they care about is kill death ratio. It's just a pointless stat, but some people care way too much about it, and these people will do anything to raise it and keep it. Unfortunately, it can also be abused. 2 or 3 guys can use it back to back. What happens is one guy invites the other 2 guys to the CEO, he activates Ghost Organization. Then after it ends, one guy leaves and quickly invites the other 2, and they join and they activate the Ghost Organization. Then you guessed it, after that the 3rd guy invites them, and they
how do you do
cover
this?
the fact that they can also use Operator. You can see.
According to the report, there are 2 types of arrow, silver and gold. One of them points the right way, the other one lies. Ooh, like a riddle. It says here if you follow the correct arrow, you should find another one in that direction. So I guess if you run a mile and don't see anything, it's the wrong one? I think I can see why they gave up on this. Whatever you do, don't collect all the studs that... Hey, I guess...
another excuse.
Yo, Jay.
I had to go. I confronted someone on this who I have had multiple people telling me this one guy kept leaving after they helped him. Different people telling me the same thing. I talked to this guy in a party, and I asked, hey, what's going on? He said, I had to go. I said, every time someone finishes helping you, you just happen to have to go? And he said, yeah. And he's like, I don't have much time to play. How do you expect me to help people? My response was, if you don't have much time to play, then don't ask people to help you sell all of your businesses. If you don't have time to help, don't ask for help yourself. And I said to him, if you want to prove me wrong, next time you're in lobbies, ask people if they need help first. Then they can help you after. He didn't do that. He joined a few more lobbies, did it again, had people help him, and then left. I banned him after that, and I got spammed. Hey, let me back in the crew. No, I don't tolerate selfish people in my community. Be very careful when someone asks you for help. Next time, if you're unsure if someone is going to be a selfish helper, tell them to help you first. If they refuse, it's already a red flag. If they do help you, help them back. It's the right thing to do and the way people should play. I wish more people talked about this because I don't really see people talking much about the selfish helper. It's such an annoying player. For number 5, we have cargo griefers. Unlike the selfish helper who takes advantage of people's kindness, the cargo griefer $1,000 is worth destroying cargo has no idea what they're talking about. The reason griefers cite that notification is because they're using it as an excuse to justify destroying people's cargo. If they really destroyed cargo because the game told them to, they will be joining those terrible adversary modes the second they get an invite, because the game tells you to play them, but they don't because they use that as an excuse. The real reason they're destroying people's cargo is because they're just terrible people, and they enjoy ruining other people's experiences. When I ask these people, would you like your cargo getting destroyed? They tend to avoid that question and say, oh, I wouldn't be in that situation, blah blah blah. But what if they were? I can tell you the answer. No one wants their cargo destroyed. Cargo griefing is griefing, because you spend hours grinding that cargo, and then to lose it in a second, no one feels good after that. People want to get off the game. And what happened to the guy who blew up the nightclub shipment? Me and my friends went after him with jets and planes, and he couldn't handle it and left the lobby. So for him, he likes bombing people with jets, but then when he's getting bombed, he leaves.
Yeah, they're fucking dickhead players. I hate that. I've never griefed myself. Well, I have before.
I've encountered
One
people
got tried,
teleporting as
blew
well,
himself
and I'm
out.
on PS4, so this isn't some kind of mod. This is a glitch that people abuse. I have seen people run around in God mode, but the most common one now is the Speedo Van glitch. This guy was running around in lobby, just killing everyone in his path. You can even see here, when I tried so hard with my Savage to blow him up, I couldn't, and he just kept killing me. Imagine you're selling your cargo, and this guy attacks you. You have no way of defending yourself, and you will lose all of your cargo, everything, for something you have no chance of winning against. How are people not banned for doing this? I finally managed to shoot him out with my minigun. Even though the vehicle has God mode, you can still shoot them out, but it's hard to do so. When I finally shot him out, what did he do? That's right, he went to passive mode and hid in his office. When he has no God mode, he can't fight, and most of these God mode griefers can't either. Next at number 3, we have passive popping. This is from over a year ago, when I made a video supporting my friend Gilly Master's petition to fix passive popping. My friends and me here were testing it, just to show how broken it can be. Passive popping is when someone goes into passive mode. Oftentimes it's with a weaponized vehicle. What happens next is they wait until they're in a position where they have an advantage, and then get out of passive mode at the last second and grief that person. It's a very cheap way to get kills. You can see I can activate passive mode after my friend fires missiles. Hey, this is a legitimate tactic. This is not a legitimate tactic. This is an exploit. An exploit is using something in-game the way it's not supposed to be used. Passive mode is meant to get out of combat, not sneak up on people. And the only reason this is worse than the God mode glitchers is because people abuse this more. Moving on to number 2, we have the orbital cannon, especially orbital cannon glitchers. Almost everyone has gotten hit by this cannon at least once. I understand I'm a YouTuber, so I get targeted much more. However, this happens to people a lot. Some guy will just be sitting in their facility and will do the orbital cannon glitch. They will blow you up instantly and not have to pay any money pops. You have a moment to close your application, to get away from them. You close your application, you still get most of your cargo back. Here, you have no time to react, and you have a constant paranoia in your head. Am I going to get orbital cannoned? Someone does the glitch, you get all your cargo destroyed, nothing back, and that person has to pay nothing. How is a game-breaking bug like this still not patched? How many people are victims of this stupid cannon every day? And who was the genius who thought this thing would be a good idea? Griefers sit in their facilities, wait until someone is selling cargo, and then boom, destroy it. And some people actually think this takes skill. Look at this idiot from over a year and a half ago. He sent me a message and screenshot after orbitaling. He didn't do the glitch, at least he paid for it, but he acted like it somehow took skill to sit in his facility and hit one button. I mean, really? Are people actually like this? They start blowing themselves up because they can't get kills any other way. They don't want you to kill them. I know people are going to tell me they use the Oppressor Mark II to grind and not grief, but you can't admit all the good and just ignore all the bad. Regardless if you like the Mark II or not, there is no denying it has changed GT Online and pretty much destroyed PvP because everyone is going to be using these and there's little to no counter for it. And using an Oppressor Mark II back is not a counter. And that is that for this video. Let me know if there's any other annoying players that I might have missed. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you're new to my channel, enjoy my content, subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Let me know down below. I'm always open to fan suggestions. Now today's video is top 5 most pointless things that players do or care about. These are very common things that I notice that a lot of players do or they care about, and they have no purpose, they have no point. They're pretty useless. I'm going to explain each one, and some of these you might have done, some of these you might have seen other people do. They're pretty common, but I'm going to get to the bottom of why they're pointless. And really random crates. It's really random. It'll be like narcotics. It'll be a little bit of chemical, it'll be a little bit of tobacco and alcohol, it'll just be all over the place. And it actually does matter what type of cargo you have. You should be sourcing 50 crates of either chemical, medical, or narcotics. Those are the 3 best ones. They give you the most value at 25 crates and also 50 crates. Those 3, you should source 50 crates of only one type. But a lot of people, they still keep sourcing random hangar cargo. And when you do that, you're actually wasting a lot of time. And not only are you wasting a lot of time, you're also wasting money because you could have gotten much more money sourcing the other 3. At number 4, we are doing non-top range car collections. And I guess we could also add on here sourcing mid and standard range cars. Now, with the import-export warehouse, you can only source top-range cars to do this. What you need to do is you need to have 10 standard and 10 mid-range cars in your vehicle warehouse, and then after that, you will only source top-range cars. But there's a lot of collections in this game, a lot of different car collections, and a lot of these have mid and standard range cars, and a lot of people go for these. They like collecting them, and if somebody wants to collect them for the challenge, I guess I could understand it for the challenge, but other than that, most car collections are actually not worth it. There's actually 2 car collections, in my opinion, that are actually worth it, and those are actually the one that's by the Sultan of Amir, and the other one is uninsurable. Those 2 have only top-range vehicles, and those would be actually worth doing. The other ones, not really. And with a car collection, you don't upgrade it, and you just deliver all the cars to the drop-off point, and you just sell it. And the advantage of that is that you get a little bit of a bonus, but what's also good about it is that your associates get a bonus. They get that bonus also, but it's not worth doing unless it's those specific 2 top car collections. It's much more worth it just to constantly source top range cars and sell them. It's not really worth it collecting these mid and standard range cars and then selling them in collections. Just go for top range cars. Don't waste your time with the other collections. It's going to be a lot more profitable because then you're going to have to collect all these different cars. You're going to have to see which one is for the collection specifically. And then not only that, but you're also going to need other people helping. You know, at least another person. If you're selling 2 cars or 3, 4 car collections, you're going to need more people to help you sell. Just sell top range cars continuously solo. It's the most effective.
Incoming crime report. Looks like a possible robbery. Reminds me of when that guy stole a priceless gem and then just put it on a glove. I mean, who does that?